From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Welcome back. The channels with crypto exchanges sponsoring them are out to keep the inertia on crypto going. But it is time to tell the truth. Crypto is not cool. The government has made it clear it's not going to be a currency anytime soon. So has the bubble burst? I think it has. Let's debate.
Private cryptocurrencies are being used for money laundering.
Questions on cryptocurrency reverberated in the Rajya Sabha on day 2 of the winter session.
So there are two ways of ensuring security. One is to control an environment, and the other is to shut yourself in a sealed room.
Will it be a regulation or will it be a prohibition, indicating that a prohibition may not be ideal, and also indicating that this whole area is a dynamic area and so on. There is a bill being proposed sooner rather than later.
Sir, private cryptocurrencies are being used for money laundering, terrorism financing, and even drug trafficking. Is there any plan from the government to create awareness about the ill effects of private cryptocurrencies?
एक क्रिप्टो करेंसी है बिटकॉइन, जो शुरू हुई थी $1 से आज $60,000 उसका मूल्य है। तो इससे मैं मानता हूं कि एक अनुमान जो लगाया गया भारत देश में कि करोड़ों लोगों ने इसमें निवेश किया है। क्या भारत सरकार उन लोगों को बताने की कोशिश कर रही है कि ये अभी सुरक्षित नहीं है?
Through the SEBI, through the RBI, and through once, I think, Government of India, there have been statements issued, and also fairly awareness building attempt has been made to say that this is a risky area.
In the last 4 months, there are a flurry of misleading ads on TV, print media, and the social media. And they are promising heaven to the investors. So मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ, is there any plan to ban such advertisements?
About the misleading advertisements and about are we banning them? There are, with the Advertisement Standards Council of India, the ASCI, which governs all advertisements, their guidelines are being studied, and the regulations that they have are all being looked into so that we can take, if necessary, some kind of a position or a decision to say how we are going to handle this.
At Republic's India Economic Summit, Minister of State Electronics and IT said this.
The suggested law that I've read in the newspapers does not ban crypto. It does not ban blockchain. What it has done is says that there will be a central bank digital currency. And so, in a sense, it takes away the volatility out of the picture. It takes away the speculations out of the picture.
Sources have indicated to your channel that formulation of a legislation on cryptocurrency is already underway and could very well be brought in front of the cabinet within the next 2 to 3 weeks, which in itself is quick enough. And once the legislation is brought in, it will bar active solicitation of cryptocurrencies. That is, it will not be allowed to use cryptocurrency to buy or sell any commodity. And in turn, it could be governed by SEBI, though a final call in this regard is yet to be taken in.
The Prime Minister has already cautioned about cryptocurrencies.
Cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, for example, it is important that all democratic nations work together on this and ensure it does not end up in wrong hands, which can spoil our youth.
Experts have been warning of the speculative nature of cryptocurrency. What is clear is that cryptocurrency is not cool anymore. It is a vehicle of choice for criminals and it is a potential bubble in operation. It is time to put the real facts on the table by those not sponsored to create an ambience around crypto. End the atmospherics around crypto.
Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament Swapan Das Gupta raised this. Finance Minister was responding to him today. Swapan Da, Finance Minister made it clear this is a risky area. What's the sense you got out of the government's response? What's the government's thinking?
Well, it's undeniable that this is a high-risk form of investment. And it's also true, as various other members pointed out, that cryptocurrencies and these various instruments are possibly being misused by some people who have criminal intent. I think that part is undeniable. What is, however, also true is that in India, there are some 10 crores plus people who have put their money into into various instruments, believing, some of them believe that this is going to fetch them a handsome bonanza almost overnight. Now, to my mind, that is a spurious belief. But it's also true that cryptocurrencies are also linked to technology. The blockchain technology and innovations therein have all got linked with cryptocurrency. Now, my contention, which I want to really put forward, is that while the reason why all this is happening is because of this state of unregulation. There is no regulation whatsoever in this field. As a result, it's a state of anarchy which prevails. Now, we have a choice. We can take in, through regulation, have a mechanism whereby the negative aspects of the cryptocurrency can be attempted. It's not, nothing is sort of foolproof, but at least we can keep them out. But at the same time, we shouldn't shut our doors to technological innovations. And remember, this is sort of work in progress. What the report which the Ministry of Finance commissioned and got in 2019 is probably horribly dated by now, because this is an evolving sphere.
Yeah, but let me disagree with you completely on this. That's precisely the problem. People are trying to project this as, blockchain. We need blockchain. If crypto goes, blockchain goes. Swapanda, blockchain neither begins nor ends with crypto. Blockchain is a technological innovation which aims at decentralizing and easing tardy record keeping. And cryptocurrency is not the only way to use blockchain. The government is using blockchain to ease startup certification. It is used by the Finance Ministry for GPS tracking. It is used by companies for paperless transactions. It is used for tamper-proof certificates. There are enough blockchain startups. Banks are using blockchain. I mean, this whole attempt to couple blockchain and crypto is absolutely not true. In fact, crypto is using this as an argument to say, oh, you stop cryptocurrency, you're going to lose a technology. Not true at all. Crypto and blockchain are not coupled together.
Well, Arnab, I cannot claim to be an expert in this sphere. My endeavor is to ensure one thing, that India does not slam the door on something which is still an evolving sphere, and suddenly we find that we've been overtaken by the world. The only two countries which have outrightly banned it happen to be China and North Korea, and I don't somehow feel that we should emulate them. Most other countries, what they've done, having faced similar concerns, is attempted regulation. And my thing is that this industry cannot be unregulated at all.
The essential premise here of crypto is not to have regulation. So it's an oxymoronic thing that you're saying.
Well, I'm sorry.
The idea is not to have regulation.
Germany has introduced regulation. Many of the European countries have introduced regulation. Some are in the process of doing so. And what the Prime Minister quite rightly pointed out is that because of the cross-border, the international dimensions of this trade, it's very important that a sense of global cooperation there exists. And therefore, to begin with, we should have national laws, but keep those national laws open so that ultimately some sort of a global regulatory framework can be evolved. And I believe that that is the way forward. An outright ban, in my view, will only promote an underground trade in cryptocurrencies.
There is already one. No, one second. No, there is already one. There is already one. There is already one.
Yes, and that's to minimize that.
Yeah,
so I think we both have the same objectives in mind, Arnab. What you're saying, your concerns and my concerns are exactly similar. It's how we approach this. If you think that banning is the best way, I think wrong. It's a high-risk proposition, but it is not the job of the state to deter people. They can warn against it. They can say, look, do not believe that there is a pot of gold at the end of the day that overnight you'll become rich. This is not some instant lottery. There are very, very high risks you're taking. And
okay, here's a question. If you don't put a ban, if you don't put a ban as a currency but allow it as an asset class, do you take a guarantee? Nobody can take a guarantee that it won't be used for drugs to support terrorism.
You can't take a guarantee that any motor car won't run down.
Oh, come on, it's not as innocuous as that. It's not as innocuous as that. The misuse of this crypto is a big risk. We've said it at the United Nations for combating the finance of terrorism. Terrorist groups are using it.
Probably is, and we've even found cases in India where it's being used for some sinister purposes. Now that is there, but I believe that it's this unregulated facet which is really there. Now, can you again put in a ban and be able to implement it?
Okay.
Tell me, do we have the technology to
Okay, can I ask a counter to you? I'm loving this. Can I ask a counter to you?
Yes, please, go ahead.
My counter to you is, Mr. Dasgupta, with the greatest of respect, can you regulate the dark web?
You cannot. And that's one of the flip sides.
No. So allow me to elaborate. No. Therefore, then you agree with me.
I'm saying nothing is foolproof.
No. I'm saying the inherent feature.
You tell me, will your ban be foolproof?
No, but can I say?
Will your ban be foolproof?
Okay, I counter that. No, I counter that. I counter that by saying that the inherent feature of the dark web is anonymity. And that's why it is used in the illegal trade of drugs and firearms. The inherent feature here too is lack of regulation.
That is something we must absolutely outlaw. That is the point, that there are legitimate speculators in cryptocurrency. I think they have the risk. They're going in there with their eyes wide open. And maybe there is a technological dimension, although you deny it totally. I don't want to take the risk that India gets shut off from the technology. And therefore, it's very important that we work with international agencies, we work together with all governments which have a common endeavor, and we must tax them. The taxation framework has to be there. And taxation framework to create sort of non-monetary assets of some crypto assets, I don't know, whatever the form is, it's got to be there, it's got to be put in place. People have got to be taxed. Let them declare it, where the source of money is, what their capital gains is.
I just feel at both a factual as well as a more basic level. I feel Swapanda.
Cryptocurrency companies, the crypto traders are actually selling a pipe dream, and I think that has got to be regulated.
No, but I think somewhere
those misleading ads, as my friend Sushil Modi pointed out, Those have got to stop.
No, I feel
Whether
somewhere...
you stop it through the Advertising Council or whether you stop
Advertising
it through
Council has done nothing till now. Advertising Standards Council has been watching and doing nothing till now.
Absolutely. I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Nothing till now. Advertising Standards Council should do some serious soul searching on what it was doing till now. I don't know who's in the bubble here. But the question is, okay, I just feel, Swapanda, it's a pleasure to disagree with you, but I feel the demonetization of 2018, November 8th, had a positive impact in India being more transparent in financial transactions, and the UPI, becoming the most preferred digital mode. UPI has even replaced the value of card transactions. UPI is emerging as the future for so many fintech companies. That's so good. But on the other hand, you have this crypto.
Yeah, which you can invest in through your UPI accounts.
No, okay, this fad has to stop somewhere. It's a very dangerous fad.
Well, I'm glad you've taken on the role of the guardian, but I think people have to learn through bitter experience or learn through their wise experience.
No, sure. No, I'm not the guardian, but you know what I'm doing here? You know what some news channels are doing? They are having cool conversations on crypto sponsored by crypto companies. So crypto companies are the biggest buyers of editorial space on television nowadays.
Oh, well, let's not get into the editorial wars. I think we all agree that the media is going to see me underside to it, and I think we all agree on that.
Okay, Swapan Dasgupta, pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Swapanda. Should we open the debate? We've set it up quite well with Swapan Dasgupta. M.R. Venkatesh, Professor Vaidyanathan, Brijesh Singh, additional DGP Maharashtra, Sujit Kumar of the BJD was in that debate. And who else do we have? We have Kapil Rathi of Cross Tower. It's a crypto exchange. He's live from New Jersey. Kavita Gupta, founder of Delta Blockchain Fund and lecturer at Stanford. Sharat Chandra, last time we crossed swords, he's a blockchain and emerging tech evangelist. Kapil, I want to start with you. There was a big pipe dream being sold in India, right? And what is being said now, MR, is that this pipe dream cannot be sold like this anymore. Let's keep it very simple. The hype has been cut down to size. Isn't that great? Kapil.
So let me tell you a little bit about the global framework. We are based out of New York, New Jersey area. I think Mr. Swapanda Dasgupta kind of nailed it, that if you look at different countries, US has approved an ETF, which has already accumulated $2 billion from pension funds, endowments, retirement money. Canada has approved an ETF. Australia, Japan, South Korea, every country has started putting together a regulatory framework around crypto. Like Mr. Dasgupta said that, every technology needs some sort of regulatory framework. It is India's choice. Do we want to be a progressive country or do we want to be a regressive country? Do we want to participate in this next evolution of technology?
Okay, so I want to ask you a question.
And look,
I want to ask you a question. Kapil, let's put it simple. You make so many... No, one sec. I love this binary framework, MR, that Kapil tries to put it. Do you want to be good? Do you want to be bad? Do you want to be modern? Do you want to be antiquated? Do you want to be humanitarian? Do you want to be the axis of evil? Listen, can you please put these typically American binaries out? You're speaking to an evolved Indian audience. MR would like to respond to you. Doesn't work here, Kapil. Let's go deeper than that. MR, countering you.
Arnab, first let me congratulate you for taking this very, very important economic set. Many channels are playing cheerleaders to the cryptocurrencies, and I'm seeing the first time some major Indian channel actually taking a very, very clear, not making any boneheaded arguments. Now, coming to the subject, we have to distinguish between the technology and the currency part. The technology is like internet, and you are asking banning of porn, which are two different things. Now, when we are asking banning of porn, we have got a very, very detailed analysis about it, and we feel that this will not be suited for India. We are not against blockchain. Blockchain technology, whether we like it or not, is here to stay, and it will run its own course till another better technology evolves and overtakes it. But this I can tell you as a practitioner of money laundering laws and other related subjects, this is the biggest bugbear of Indian Enforcement Directorate today. Major scams are happening and they are using the Bitcoin channel to actually launder their ill-gotten wealth from India, and several of these apps are Chinese. Now, the gentleman from New Jersey may not have this problem of China. He may not know what is India, and what is concerning us is a national security issue. This is a narco-terror issue, damn it, and this is not simple technology issue. So if the Americans have approved $2 billion funds, let them fly kites. We don't have to do what the...
Kavita will respond from New York.
We are not a monkey where we have to follow the monkey and the hat seller story. We are an independent nation. We will take our own call, and we should take our own call. And people like Professor Vaidyanathan, who are on your show, have already wanted, and several conversations we had with him have pointed out the grave dangers of having it even under regulation. Please understand, there is not much of thing that the Indian regulator can do. You can say, I regulate, I'm progressive, I will create systems. All these things are, you find it difficult even today. The best of enforcement directorate officers are finding it difficult to trace the chain of transactions. So let us take a practical Indian view and let us put it on hold. Let us differentiate between the technology and the currency. And let us also go after those people. Nothing stops. I'm sorry that Swapanda was wrong, that the existing laws gives you enough framework to tax cryptos.
No, it absolutely.
A couple of points out there. And to you too, Arnab. The first thing I want to start this conversation, and thank you for having me, is Swapanda is the coolest member of parliament I've met in my life. I haven't met more, but he sounded super cool. The first thing I want to say, I don't know if you guys know, but the origination of cryptocurrency like ETH actually started with the technology of Ethereum. It was supposed to be a gas fee for a blockchain network. And then people like you and me and other people made it a speculative currency. It was never supposed to be a speculation. A technology and a cryptocurrency are part of it. You can have a blockchain network without cryptocurrency, as Arnab mentioned. Of course, that is a possibility, but that is not really using it to the 100% efficiency.
No, one second.
Second point, which I want
to say...
please.
May I ask you, Kavita? Thank you. See, let's get the facts right out here. Don't take what you're saying as the gospel truth, because unfortunately it is not, okay?
Let's agree to disagree, but
no,
if
no,
it
no,
is
no, no,
not
no, no,
a
no,
fact, then
no, no,
let's
one
talk
minute.
about it.
No, 1 minute. Let's counter you that, okay? Let's counter that.
Yeah,
see, listen.
sure.
Please understand. You may not be aware of the facts. I want to enlighten you, okay? The government, when you're saying this is not the optimal use of blockchain, who determines that? The government this
the
August...
technologies, the builders and hackers like us.
Allow me, one second. You may like to use crypto, and for you it is entirely possible, Kavita, that cryptocurrency must be the most optimal, the most brilliant, the most fantastic use of blockchain. But I may say that in October, in India, by the way, the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs launches a pilot electronic cargo tracking system project based on blockchain technology to secure documentation and GPS-based tracking of containers. As you know, India is fantastic at technological innovations, right? Now, secondly, this August, we've used blockchain technology to digitally certify startups and help them receive a range of incentives to ease access to financing assistance, tax exemptions, relaxations in public procurement norms. So sitting in New York, you may not be aware of the more modern ways in which blockchain technology is being used, more innovative ways, right? So many Indian companies are using blockchain. No, I'm saying just allow me, just allow me. Okay. So not just that. No. So not just that. See, now this is, now let me complete. So many Indian companies are all using blockchain, enable paperless export orders, right? So if there is someone who is proving that the opportunities for using blockchain are limitless outside of crypto, it is here. Mera Bharat Mahan. Okay. India is where all the innovations on blockchain are happening. Allow me. Therefore, the point to make is, and I'll conclude with this, please do not make the cardinal error of trying to, shoot over blockchain's shoulder to justify crypto. That's all.
Modern. I can't control my laughter. 2004, there was a seminar at Salzburg. I was invited. I gave a talk on the perils of tax havens for countries like India. I was literally thrown out of the seminar. I was told these are modern financial centers, innovative centers and other things. Today, the same people are telling me these are illegitimate centers, secretive centers, and then they are talking about, how to deal with it, and then 15% minimum tax. And see, this whole hype about this cryptocurrency is something I cannot understand at all. It's exactly like the tulip hype in Netherlands, 1634 to 37. 3 years it went. None of these people will be around, I am telling. And let me tell you another thing. I cautiously listened to the entire debate in Rajya Sabha. It was exactly 10 blind men trying to explain what is an elephant. I'm sure none of them know about who is the originator of this crypto, what is the underlying assets. And one gentleman, I think New Jersey, he says 1 billion has been allotted by pension fund. Does he know that 25 trillion is the pension fund in the world? Of that 1 billion has been, all this, I tell you this suitcase, bankers, I call them like that. This is most dangerous. RBI imposed complete ban on it in 2018, April. I do not know how the Supreme Court judges decided in March 2020 to remove the ban. Let me be, I'm not contempt of court or anything. I am extremely skeptical about the ability of the Supreme Court judges, knowledge about the issues involved in this. They might have thought, so nothing should be banned in the world and other thing. On only one thing I agree, rarest of the rare case in China is, it shut it off. I'm telling you, these regulation and other things are all biggest, bogus things which can happen. It's like Teen Patti, I'm sure you know, Bombay people will know. Every street corner it is played. It is supposed to be regulated during Antule time.
I think I want to answer a couple of points here. I think there are differences between a couple of things,
I want to
if I
tell
can.
you, this government will lose the coming election if they are going to allow this. Because in the next 2 years, every Sharma, Reddy, Yadav will have Bitcoin. And it will be crashed before the poll. Deliberately it will be crashed, I am telling you. And all people will be shouting.
People have been predicting about crashing and speculation for so many spaces. What is the basis if you don't understand cryptocurrency, as you said? You don't understand cryptocurrency, so what is your base to have a prediction that it is going to crash?
1 minute.
What is that informative decision?
No underlying linkage at all. It is just, carrying on with blockchain.
Kavita, you made another.
I am telling you,
Kavita, just a minute. Just a minute.
Governments in India have fallen due to 2G.
Professor,
the coming poll, this government will fall due to Bitcoin.
Professor Vaidyanathan,
the government is going to fail only because of Bitcoin. Everything else, the government is awesome and doing great.
That's a pretty superficial comment. Professor Vaidyanathan Kavita happens to be not just a former professor of IIM Bangalore, he happens to be a person with a tremendous learning and depth and understanding of financial markets. Today in India, I don't know whether you know, but Professor Vaidyanathan, who you just derided as a person who knows nothing about crypto, and you made such a laboriously sweeping comment, happens to be one of the most widely regarded authorities in the country on economics, macro and structural. And I think that comment of yours was inappropriate because, he can equally turn around and make a comment about you, but he didn't do that.
Last time I tried to say something.
But that was an inappropriate comment, I can just tell you that.
No, I don't think so. I derived it from his own comment, which I was listening to when he said that he doesn't understand cryptocurrency and he doesn't get it altogether. So I derived it from what he was saying.
One second.
Saying, sir, if you don't understand anything about cryptocurrency,
Kavita,
then I understand you don't believe in it.
Kavita, you're getting,
okay,
now can I tell you one thing, Kavita? What I believe is going on here is that, what's going on here is very interesting. What's going on here is that I believe that there has been an attempt at managing the narrative. And now what's happening is world's, leading economy, large country, huge market like India, democracy, massive financial potential for blockchain companies in India. When you see the media in India, and you are right now on the #1 news network of the country, and you are seeing here very respected leaders of the country, economists, all ask you some very fundamental questions based on economic principles, right? Because after all, yes, let's talk about 1 minute, please. Yeah.
Yes.
See, let's also. You made a comment there about Professor Vaidyanathan, who I hugely respect. I can equally say that you have a conflict of interest. You're a founder of a blockchain fund and lecturer at Stanford, so you have a conflict of interest. But I can tell you, Professor Vaidyanathan does not.
Teaching a technology at one of the top universities across the globe, Stanford University.
Yeah, but you're not only teaching.
Code and build
but you're not only teaching. You're also running a blockchain fund called the Delta Blockchain Fund.
That's a belief system, yeah.
No, it's okay. So you have a financial interest. So will it be fair to say? Will it be fair to say? Will it be fair to say? Will it be fair to say that unlike Professor Vaidyanathan, who comes from a purely academic space, you have a financial interest in blockchain? Would it be fair to say that?
That is the way for media to paint something. If tomorrow, if there
I think I'm spot on.
Arnab, not fair at all. No. Arnab, I want to call it out on you. That is very unfair.
I think I'm spot on. MR is on the debate. I'm not making a deduction.
No. That's a very unfair deduction. If today,
classical.
Tomorrow, I believe in a particular government and I vote for that government and I say no, that government is doing a great job, and I'm biased about it. I think that's very unfair. And that's a very unfair call out.
No, what is fair enough?
I believe in a technology.
Yeah, you have a right to your belief.
Let me finish.
No.
Every belief in the technology.
Okay, so here's a question here. Let me say. No, you can believe in a technology, but I'm only asking a very
MR. You believe in a technology, you invest in it. Any of the exchanges you mentioned, I'm not invested in that.
No, but you are. What is your financial interest in the Delta Blockchain Fund?
My crypto financial invest is we only invest in some of the top technology companies. We don't invest in any of the cryptocurrencies from the fund.
So you have a financial interest
on our biggest announcement.
So you have a financial interest. But then Professor Vaidyanathan doesn't, so he comes from a pure place.
That is not my problem. And he doesn't believe in it, so he doesn't invest in it. That's his thing. I believe in it. I personally call it. I don't buy real estate anymore.
I'll only tell you this, Kavita. Kavita, unrelated to this, may I make a slightly more, sort of a large observation here. We all know. Listen, American education institutions, etc., won't speak a word. But we all know, don't we? Please find out, do your research on whether the practice of economics in America's educational institutions was compromised, and which is why all of them gave a tick to what would later be the Lehman Brothers crisis. You understand my point?
Arnab, I think one of the biggest reasons for cryptocurrency to
anyway, now I'll carry on here. I'm carrying on here.
No.
Now we're very well informed.
Make a statement and not hear your own critique. I'm so sorry. You have to be open to your critique too. That's what the debate is about, whether it's fair or unfair. I think one of the biggest fear U.S. government. I sit on the U.S. Digital Chamber of Commerce Digital Committee. One of the biggest fear for U.S. government, I was part of the European Union regulations when they were putting it together, was losing their global influence of being a US-pegged economy or being a Euro-pegged economy. So that was something.
Just a light-hearted way, many of my colleagues I know in Harvard, Stanford, and Berkeley and other things, they are primarily nowadays fund managers. Secondarily only they are teachers. Okay? I'm just telling it in a light-hearted way. And even universities
Sir, we are practical teachers, sir. We love teaching and we love teaching them practical experience of what we do, but we will.
Loving this debate, viewers. Loving this debate. Fantastic debate tonight, viewers. All opened up. Now people say. Yeah. Okay. Well, Brajesh wants to come in. Brajesh, make a disclosure here. You are a additional DGP in the state of Maharashtra. He's been very, very closely involved in cybercrime. Brajesh, would you like to disclose what your present position is and your professional background in this before you make your observation? Brajesh Singh.
I earlier handled establishment of
please.
Cybercrime capabilities in Maharashtra. Now I'm promoted as additional DG. Arnab, I wanted to make a point that the cybercrime economy today is of $6 trillion, much more than the GDP of India. And it is all fueled by cryptocurrency. Now imagine, crime has never been so profitable in the history of humankind. See, blockchain is good, but even if you look at Bitcoin technology-wise, in 2015, Bitcoin itself was using more energy than the country of Ireland, right? Just to keep this Bitcoin running, you were wasting so much of electricity. So it's wasteful, non-green, and I think probably Bitcoin is one of the worst users of this wonderful technology called blockchain. Now, if you look at what is happening today, is that people are standing in a line where everybody is picking the pocket of the person in front of him. So now, whatever value these so-called investors are generating is basically picking the pocket of somebody who's coming later, because he is buying it at a higher price. There is no, money laundering regulation here. There is no KYC. There are no controls. So I believe that we are in a state which is very dangerous, where the very ability of nation state to have monetary controls.
I think I want to interrupt very respectfully, because you have way more experience in the space. I'm not going on cybercrime, but on green, sir.
Let him complete. Let him complete.
Latest...
Kavita, let him complete.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't interrupt you. So what I intend to say that the way this technology, especially blockchain, the Bitcoin is on the green front, is that it consumes so much of CPU cycles just to solve a narrowing algorithm, and due to which it is absolutely non-green. And many countries are absolutely banning these crypto farms, because they do nothing but crunch numbers to keep this whole thing running.
So
now,
that is
apart
not
from this,
that's not true, though.
It is completely
so that's
true.
Statistically not true.
No, it is factually and statistically true.
No,
in fact,
it's not factually
in fact,
true.
In fact,
Kavita,
the
2 days late story.
Kavita,
1 second, let me give you this stat, and then I would be
Kavita,
very
I know
happy
that
to
you have
listen.
raised investments recently for Bitcoin in your company, but I'd still tell you that
I've not raised investments for Bitcoin. That's a
no,
wrong.
for crypto, you have
not for crypto. That's again a wrong statement.
No, but you've raised some investments, haven't you? No, but you've raised some investments recently. What, 5, 6, 7 weeks back?
We closed under $100 million fund, but
that's
I want
right.
to say something on green,
That's right.
because
So,
I'm also one of the
you raised what, under $100 million fund
let me finish.
So you did. You did. And who did you raise investment from?
I was the core part of the first ever green bonds. The latest plot, the latest story 2 days back, which was proven statistically, is that doing one calculation on Solana is less energy consumption than the 2 Google searches. It was proven.
I think I'd just tell you one thing. See, I wish you well, Kavita. And I know that you've recently raised money and you're happy and excited, but I'd like to tell you this, not to put a coal towel over your excitement about your venture, but the fact is, it is generally believed that the annual energy consumption of Bitcoin mining alone is enough to power the Netherlands for the same duration. This is so dangerous.
Back, yes.
It is so So 1 minute. The
technology has changed completely.
No. 1 second, please. Please. Let's just not lose our sense of balance necessary in this debate. And what happens if crypto is an asset and not a currency? It cannot be used for payments, as crypto is not a legal tender.
But that has nothing to do with the energy, the mining energy.
Of course it does.
I think that's a different topic.
Please, listen, you're gung-ho about crypto, fantastic. I'm not gung-ho because there are so many drug cartel links to crypto. There's a rise and dump.
Did drug cartels exist before crypto? Were they able to still do their drug cartels, or are they still able to do it?
I still
have to always factor.
MR, she's saying all of this doesn't matter. I say it matters to my country.
Because it doesn't matter because you're in US.
Do it in your country.
We are in India.
India is my country too, and there have been
No,
drug cartels and Hawala.
You do it in America.
Madam, it may be your country.
I'd like to get Sujit Kumar on the debate. Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha from the BJD. Mr. Sujit Kumar, you're hearing this argument, right? Now, what's happening is there are all these funds and small funds and people are getting get-rich-quick schemes. There's a lot of dream investment happening. There are people who are selling the idea, then they're articulating it, and then they're raising cash and hopefully investing it. All these financial small cycles on one side, and the impact on the Indian economy on the other, the impact on the Indian people on the other. As a rising economy, what we are proud of is our institutional framework. We need to protect it, don't we, Mr. Kumar?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on this debate. My concern about the usage of crypto is largely from a national security point of view. Drug cartels, terrorist financing, money laundering, there are elements who are out there to destabilize the Indian economy. And this is precisely what I had raised in the floor of the House today. And no less than the governor of RBI, Mr. Shaktikant Das, has voiced his deep worry about the adverse uses of crypto by anti-national elements. So I think, outright banning may not be the answer, but definitely we need to be very, very wary about this weapon of mass destruction. This is a... Hello?
Yes, go on, you're live, I can still hear you, yeah.
This is definitely very worrisome. And I think Mr. MR or someone was pointing out that Enforcement Directorate, today there are at least 8 cases involving at least $6 billion that is being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate involving crypto assets. So I certainly think the government should be very careful when the bill is being introduced in the Parliament, and may not be.
I think it's necessary to have
but definitely strict,
I think there needs to be a deep. I would say everything should be put on hold. There needs to be a consultative process. Stakeholders, aware citizens need to be brought in. You cannot rush it through even in Parliament, I'd say. MR, you can't rush it through. There'll be interest. Political parties will take lines. It's just, even for a simple, yes, MR, we need to stop. We need to stop this. Yeah.
The world of economics has been subsumed by the world of finance. And the world of finance actually peddles with these professors, as professors say, suitcase bankers, suitcase
who dance to the tunes of this big finance. And this big finance is what is peddling here and wants this bitcoins and all these cryptocurrencies in order in India too. India is an emerging market, and I believe there are 10 crore investors from India already. So they want India to somehow legitimize it. And they don't care whether tomorrow India is used as a base for money laundering, for narco-terrorists, using this route. They don't care that shit about this.
Okay,
we have to
what's Mr. Saeed Al-Darmaki is Managing Director for Middle East and North Africa for Casper Labs. He's the founder of Shisha Finance. What's the hurry? Why is the rest of this crypto world getting so excited and worked up about India? It's all right. Now let India put it on hold for a while. Let's wait a few years. Let's see the way things go. What's the need to convert? Will Indians lose out a big deal if they are not on crypto?
I think, I think, the debate here is very, very interesting. On one hand, you have people talking about blockchain technology. On the other hand, you have people talking about crypto. But I think what you need to understand is the reason why crypto has become so popular now globally is because of the failings of the fiat system, the failing of the banking system. The banks out there now is like a negative interest rate or near zero interest rate. If you put your money in the bank, you're not going to generate any yield on it nowadays because all the central banks globally have been printing so much money. Literally, the Federal Reserve has printed 25% of the money that's out there in the world. 25% of it has been printed in this year alone. So what does that mean for the traditional fiat currencies? Those traditional fiat currencies are losing spending power by the day. people, if you want
so
to
are
beat
you,
inflation
Mr. Dharmaki, so much compassion that you evidently hold for the holders of fiat currencies? You know, I can almost see your sympathy oozing out of the screen tonight. But may I ask you, sir, are you promising all those antediluvian, antiquated holders of fiat currency stability? Are you promising them stability? One second, sir. I understand where your empathy concerned.
I'm saying there's an alternative.
No, one second. See, there's always, what I fear what you're doing is, you're playing on a psychological impulse of people saying you get a better, we may get something better, I'll position it better, I'll market it better, I'm not going to guarantee you anything. Now what you're saying here is very interesting. You're saying fiat currencies have failed. You're saying fiat currencies have failed. It's like someone who says, it's like someone who says, Brajesh, someone who comes and says, see, the internet has failed. Let's move to the dark web.
But the
you want your privacy? No. You're saying the
central banking system is flawed.
That's your
since the gold standard.
So so here's an argument. I'll put MR on the other side.
It's not valid.
Okay, so I'll ask you one thing. Please tell me, what is the basis, since you are saying that money is not valid? Okay, so if MR Venkatesh has 1 rupee, the person on the screen, MR Venkatesh, is telling you what you're holding, the rupee. You have a 100 rupee note or a 500 rupee note next to you, just hold it up. What he's saying to you is today, okay, so he's saying to you that holds nothing, it's no value. Right? I ask him today, one second, sir, you're speaking against my country's currency. You're speaking against my country's currency.
I'm speaking
oh, you are. You
against
just
the
did.
world.
No, but you just did.
Every single
Okay, so fine. I don't care. I'm not a world citizen. I'm an Indian citizen. You spoke against my currency. You answer my question. No, one second. He's saying your currency doesn't work, right? I would then ask him.
It's working. It's being used.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is there is an alternative. If you don't want to lose your spending power, if you're not somebody who's privileged enough,
okay, so Mr. Dharmaki, I tell you one thing. See, Mr. Dharmaki, you try that argument on someone a little less informed. Can I demolish your argument with one sentence, please, if I may? Yeah? Thank you. Fact of the matter is, no bankers are involved here. No banks are involved, which also means MR. It is intangible. It is illiquid. It is illiquid and intangible. There is zero. Let the lecturer of Stanford counter me on this. It is zero insurability. What he wants, zero insurability. Am I right, MR? Am I right, Professor Vaidyanathan? These people think they'll say zero insurability, viewers.
90%.
Zero insurability,
of the money,
illiquid and intangible.
90% of rupees is not tangible. 90% of rupees is
and therefore people putting money into it can lose it in a whiff.
Only 10% you can actually touch. 90% is fake.
If you invest in Naira, if
there.
you have money, there are countries during 2008-2009 meltdown when you have penny stocks from Ireland, you have penny stocks from Greece. You are telling me the currency.
You are now beginning to compare yourself to penny stocks?
No, I'm just telling you that
what are you doing?
The currency you're talking about has failed again and again.
Is that what it is?
Arnab, understand what I'm saying. Instead of basically putting it into different words, I'm saying there has been fiat currency which has failed on the face. And it has failed multiple times. Very recently, 2008 and 9, I was on the trading floor and buying like an Italian currency, or at that point of time buying a Greek currency, was equivalent to penny stock, and that is laughable.
No. You are talking about penny stocks. You believe in crypto is a speculative asset at best.
Economic policies failed.
It evades the most important feature of a currency.
Speculative currency, right?
It's not a currency.
Countries' economic policies
Sharat Chandra.
Currency did not fail.
I think we are going in a wrong direction.
That may be your view.
Arnab, last word. We are trying to privatize currency. Currency is the hallmark of any sovereign nation. The whole idea is to undermine sovereignty all over the world,
And it's better G20 understands this fundamental thing, that you cannot
definition.
privatize army, you cannot privatize currency.
Shut up.
It is very important. You cannot privatize army and currency. If you are trying to do this, the countries have to understand.
Let me give two examples of what payment giants Visa and MasterCard are doing.
Is getting undermined. And this is the serious issue.
So Visa is using a stable coin called USDC, and they are using stable coins, another form of cryptocurrency pegged 1-to-1 against US dollar, for settling transactions on its network. Now, there was a report saying yesterday that Visa has complained to the US government about rupee's dominance in India. So if we want to take India's payment success story forward, then we need to at least frame right regulations, at least for stable coins, so that we don't lose out to payment giants like Visa and MasterCard. Because if we don't do that, they will take the lead, right?
The RBI can come with the crypto rupee and we are happy with it. Please understand. We don't
but
want
still central bank digital currencies are a couple of years away.
Please understand this Bitcoin business has to end.
Stable coins and CBDCs, they're entirely different, sir.
That the RBI will work it out, and RBI said, I don't want a private currency, I want an RBI driven crypto. I'm happy with it, no problem. And that is well within our
currency of India.
That's fine, but CBDCs or digital rupee are a couple of years away.
It will be managed by
Visa will take a lead if you don't frame rules around stable coins.
No, that will be private currency of India,
I think Kavita, tell me one thing. Kavita, one question to you. Tell me one thing. For all the people who are raising money, building companies on the hope of crypto, right? If this, if please, I have proven here. Please don't try to link blockchain with crypto.
Arnab, whether you believe in it or you don't believe in it.
I'll tell you one. One second. So tell me one thing. Suppose this whole thing, suppose it's not allowed as a currency, which I really hope it will not be, and India blocks it.
I really hope not.
Yeah, India will block it from being treated as a currency, right? Then what happens? The bubble bursts. You won't have access to India. What happens to the bubble?
I think the bubble would burst for all those amazing people in India who are invested in it.
Don't shoot off the people, please.
You know,
the money is being made somewhere, viewers in El Salvador or America.
You are hurting all those Indians who have invested.
India is strong, thank you.
Who believe in the currency.
Kavita, India is strong. One second. Sujit Kumar, you want to respond? You know, this is what they do.
The rest of the world is part of it. No. And it will be a global thing. It will be sad day for India when India shuts down the
fine, let's see. I believe India is going to be the next economic superpower. No. Happy without it. Yes. One second. Sujit, she's trying to say, she's trying to link India's story to crypto. That's really fun.
It is. India is a huge part of the blockchain.
No, I think this is too far-fetched.
Too far-fetched.
Some of the top founders.
You know, first you are trying to justify blockchain technology by using crypto as an example. You know, no one is disputing that blockchain is a fantastic technology. But is crypto the answer to that?
Crypto is a part of a blockchain technology. You can
I don't think so. No one is arguing that blockchain is not a great technology, but you know,
blockchain is the future. The Web 3.0
and coming back to CBDC, the bill which is impending in the Parliament precisely talks about bringing an official.
Well, I'd say everything should be put on hold. This concerns the people. Everything should be put on hold till the people and stakeholders are brought into this. And the people are the real stakeholders, the people. Riya Michandani writes from Sydney. She says, in my opinion, the entire Parambir Vaze saga has already exposed a broken and compromised system. Chandra Nandi says, definitely there are some reasons behind this closed-door meeting. Sangeeta says, why are the rules different for politicians, cops and celebrities? And Rekha says, on crypto, not currency, either well-regulated, which is impossible, Rekha, or there should be a ban. And I shall see you at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.